I would have been like, man, the Ravens won 37-20. The Chiefs are in trouble. I was shocked by the Ravens, the look of the team. They let the Monday night game against the Lions flow into this one. And for the
loss becomes two.
For the second week in a row, they looked like the less intense physical football team on the field. And I think that's a little troubling if you're a Baltimore Raven fan, too.
I first became concerned last Monday night when they ran the ball twice in a row in a goal line setting, and Lamar Jackson instantly looked frustrated, and he had that look the rest of the night. There's just something off there, and the quarterback is so important to the overall confidence of the team.
Sure.
Jason Garrett was talking about that last night as it relates to the quarterback we're going to be talking about in the next game, how belief or lack thereof coming from the quarterback to the rest of the team is a huge question of whether or not offense and defense is going to perform at its level. Something is clearly off with the Baltimore Ravens. And it's funny because when I was in the airport week 3, there was a woman with a Steelers jacket and, big Steelers fan. And I heard her say, I'm so happy the Chiefs are 0-2. Well, all these fans that wanted to throw dirt on the Chiefs, now the Chiefs are back, and the Bills have to be thinking, oh, no. And any team, the Chargers lose yesterday. We're going to talk about the game. Here come the Chiefs now. The Chiefs are that team that you just can't kill, and they're going to figure things out.
And
that's
where you have
be
confidence
there
in
at
that.
some point.
Right,
and
right.
the last 2 games, even though the first one, the win over the Giants, wasn't all that impressive. Yesterday was the win that reminds everyone this is still a team that's been to 3 straight Super Bowls. This is still a team that's never done anything worse than lose in overtime of the AFC Championship since Patrick Mahomes became the starter, and they are not going to go away quietly. No. So the Ravens, however, are going away loudly if they are going away. They're now 1-3. They're banged up. More injuries yesterday. Lamar Jackson left in the third quarter with a hamstring issue.
Yeah.
I'm told that he felt a grab. It's a strain. They'll evaluate it today, which I assume means an MRI. The question of whether or not he was removed because the score was 30-13 at the time is a fair one. John Harbaugh refused to answer that question. It's entirely possible it was okay, let's not make this worse. Let's go ahead. Let's just go out. But here's what. Why is Cooper Rush's backup? We've talked about how even though the Commanders lost yesterday, when you have a quarterback whose skill set is similar to the starter as your backup, you are seamless.
Yeah. Or
as seamless as you can be.
Right.
Cooper Rush is not Lamar Jackson.
Not at all. Totally different offense.
I don't understand that. And it's funny because, Shedeur Sanders is probably thinking this morning, damn, maybe I should have said okay to the Ravens drafting me because it looks, hamstring, we know how hamstring goes. Hamstring takes time. And the more mobile you are, the more time it takes to get you back to the point where you can go full throttle without it grabbing again. It would have been an opportunity for Shedeur Sanders to play if he had been in Baltimore.
Yeah, I hear you there, and I think your point about the backup QB. Yeah, I'm with you there at the as far as having someone with a similar skill set. There's not a lot of them that go around that have a skill set like Lamar Jackson. So there's a lot of reasons for that. But I think at the end of the day, it's the first game we saw the Ravens not be able to really move the ball on the offensive side. That to me, I still feel like, hey, they're going to figure this out on there. They've got too much talent, that quarterback. They got a good system and scheme. I'd be shocked there. Now, they ran into a buzzsaw yesterday of Steve Spagnuolo, whom we know is a master game planner, and I'm going to be excited to see what he did. To me, it looked like on TV a little bit like he begged Baltimore to throw the ball. That's what it looked like to me. I mean, after that first drive, Baltimore moved down the field, went up 7-0, and I mean, they couldn't do anything from that point on. It became Strugglesville. And you saw Lamar back there, and where I think Lamar could also be a little bit better at times is he can be a little too, what do I want to say? I don't want to say aggressive, but look for the big play, right? At times there, I think there is moments where you go, hey, wait, we're down 20-7. Let me just get an easy completion and get things rolling the right way. Instead of, wait, there was an easy completion, but I'm going to buy a little more time and wait for something else down the field that way.
That's a manifestation of frustration.
Yeah, it is that too.
You think you can fix it all in one moment.
I hear you. And that's where you got to be disciplined and kind of just crack away at it and take your cuts that way and kind of get back into the game by death by 1,000 cuts that way. I'm not totally concerned, though, like I said, about the Ravens on the offense. It's the defense that I look at to just go, it's unreal how people are moving the ball. It doesn't matter what it is. And, yeah, it is concerning when you look at how many people are open on a consistent basis, the fact that the quarterbacks have all day to throw the ball against the Baltimore Ravens, and I don't get a sense that I'm seeing a lot of in-depth, crazy, creative stuff on the defensive side of the ball that I think you need to do in this day and age in the NFL, too. So the Ravens got some things to work on, too, but I'm not giving up on them. I'm definitely not. I mean, they're a fumble in the first game. They're going to win if Derrick Henry doesn't fumble. Last week's going to be a nail-biter against the Lions if he doesn't fumble late in the football game. They're still a awesome offense that has a defense that's very questionable.
Well, but when you lose,
yeah, you start to question everything about it. Right.
You lose a game you should have won in Buffalo. You get punched in the mouth by a team that you blew out 2 years ago with a lot of the same parts on both sides. I think the challenge now becomes getting players to avoid sliding into the hot bath of failure.
Yeah, right.
Like, this just isn't our year.
Yep.
We got issues we need to address. And Lamar Jackson is the focal point of getting him to believe, getting him to take charge, getting him to not be frustrated but motivated and determined to turn things around. And if he's out, and look, I mean, if in his mind he's thinking, we just can't compete with the best of the best this year. We lost to the Bills. We lost to the Chiefs. My hamstring's messed up. I'm not going to play until it's 100%. Gets back to some of the questions we saw. Remember the injuries late in the year with the knee and, hey, don't play until you're 100%. But I just wonder how long he's going to be out. And if they don't win without him, is it going to matter when he comes back? And, it's a war of attrition in the NFL. And we've seen the Bengals fall off. And I think with the Ravens now, we just have to see where it goes from here is going to be critical. Here's John Harbaugh with his assessment of where the Ravens are 4 weeks in to the 2025 season.
I believe we're going to be a good football team. We're just not a good enough football team yet. And all the things that go with that are the challenges that you face in the National Football League when you get circumstances that we've had. So that's what we'll go to work on.
He believes we're going to be a good football team, but we're not a good football team yet.
Yeah.
Can they become a good football team?
Yes, they can become a good football team. We saw it last year where they turned things around on the defensive side of the ball. But they're going to have to kind of reinvent themselves and how they want to attack on that side. I think that's the big thing. We're just seeing teams move the ball too easily on them. I mean, we make fun of the Dallas Cowboys defense, and guess what? Who's just right next to them? The Baltimore Ravens, statistically. They're the two worst defenses in the game right now. So, yeah, there's got to be a different approach there. You hope that maybe Jair Alexander can bring something to them when he gets back on the field here to where he can add a different dimension and they can maybe feel better about playing man-to-man and then get creative with other guys. We'll see where that goes.
Do you really think, though, that they pulled him out of the lineup because of his knee or because it just wasn't good when we saw him?
I don't know. It's odd. It's definitely odd. But all I know right now is the defense approach is not working. And I don't sit here and just go, oh, they're close on the D-line, they're almost getting to the quarterback, any of that. I mean, just nobody seems to be coming through for the Baltimore Ravens in that department, whether it's Adafio Way, Ajabo, who they got from the Patriots, right? Mike Green has moments, the rookie from Marshall, the second-round pick, but there's just not enough difference makers up front right now. And you're just seeing whether it's Jared Goff or Josh Allen in the second half of that game, or yesterday, really good quarterbacks just going, hey, this is awesome. Man, I'm comfortable back here. Nobody's around me. Oh, and there's somebody wide open. What a great day. I mean, the Ravens are just making it too easy, and they're going to have to just kind of dissect themselves, self-scout themselves, and figure out a new way to play D here.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.